Hey YouTube, what's up? Okay, okay. Hi YouTube. This is your girl Nihanda Educate Me coming to you on my channel. This is my first ever YouTube video. I'm so excited, and so now that I'm sort of like on sabbatical between universities and between school and between moving, I have decided to take some time out to really produce a channel that is dedicated to all my teachers out there who are thinking about switching it up inside the classroom and really looking at things that matter to you and to your students to help to improve your classroom dynamic. And so this channel is dedicated to you guys out there. Let's see, where do I begin? What are some of the things that I really want to talk about? I want to talk about a few things, and one of the main things that I am super interested in is art inside the classroom. One of the things that I have found has worked for me as a teacher that teaches elementary level and high school level. That's my main area of focus. I find that this is a very critical point in a student's life. I have done some adult education as well. It's a very different dynamic, and we'll get into that into another video. But one of the main things that I really want to talk about is classroom dynamics and how learning styles uh, matter or not matter um, in a classroom to the students and to the teachers as well. So my channel is dedicated, I'm playing with eyeliner, I don't know. My channel is dedicated to those teachers and to those students who really believe in the movement of improving and changing the educational system that is in place right now. A little bit more background about me as a teacher. I have taught in the Caribbean and in Central America, and I volunteered as a teacher teaching English as a second language in California. I don't know if I said that twice. Anyways, so my main focus is with English, but I have trained teachers in the Caribbean and in Central America who are dealing specifically with students in high school and in elementary school. So these students are regular students to students with Tourette's syndrome or um, dyscalculia or dyslexia, which I arguably don't believe is a real thing. I was diagnosed with dyslexia when I was in elementary school in the States, and I have to say that that was really traumatizing. And that's where my passion comes from, because when you are a student and you have a learning style or challenge that may be different from the standard way of, okay, we're all going to learn this one subject this way, and then you're now viewed as different from everybody else because of your difference. It can be a little bit stressful for students, and I was told things like I would never read or write, that I was slow, and so I empathize a lot with students who are put as different or special or slow or any of these terminologies that students and psychologists are now starting to pin on students, because they are not they're not fitting into the status quo. So my methodology or my approach, my belief, my theory is that students can learn in different type of ways. That's number one. Number two is that students are all visual. Once you can see something that is being painted in your head as you're learning. All students want to learn. It's just when they feel like there is a block to the different types of methodologies that they're using in the classroom that's just not working for them, they get frustrated because they can't communicate that they want to learn. It's just that the method that's being used is not effective on them. The other thing that I think is really important is that there's no such thing as a left or right brainer. I mean, there's a lot of science proving this now. I'm not a neuroscientist. That's my disclaimer. I'm not a scientist yet. But one of the things that people say all the time in neuroscience is now it's being proven that there's no such thing as a left or a right brain. The brain is working as one unit all the time. So everybody has a creative side, everybody has a technical side, and those things need to be realized by the learner and expanded and grown in a way that is beneficial to the learner. So what I do in my classroom is that I help students identify what works for them and what doesn't work for them so that they can help themselves with their own learning. So I see myself in the classroom as a facilitator, and I really encourage teachers to do the same. And this is just like a broad synopsis of what I'm going to be talking about more. I'm going to get more into detail as to what methodologies I used and my training or our training that we're going to be launching in next year, July. There's a lot that's going to be happening between now and then. And I think that this is a really special time to be a teacher because the way people are learning and teaching in the classroom is really becoming more and more revolutionized. And I've seen a lot of YouTube videos online talking about these kinds of issues, and it's really exciting to be a part of that because I feel like I've been talking about this for the past 12 years, and it felt a lot of times like um, I was a little bit before my time. So now that I have a group of teachers back home where I am from, where I've been teaching, who are really, really hip to this kind of style of teaching, which I reluctantly used to call brain-based visual education, just so people can get the understanding, or just so teachers can get the understanding of, okay, there is a mental process that's happening when a person learns, and there are certain rules that you need to understand about how the brain works in order to teach. How this never, ever, ever made it to the educational curriculum before is beyond me, because it would seem kind of obvious that learning is a mental process. So teachers need to understand a little bit about neurology in order to teach. So moving right along, now it is happening, and I'm glad to say that I am going to be pioneering that in my own country and learning that here, meaning in Germany. Um, don't judge me. So it's really, really exciting to be a part of this. So like, comment below, subscribe to this forum and conversation, because I think that if you're a teacher or a student or thinking about getting into the educational field at whatever level, administration, uh, financing, whatever level, this is information that I think would be very useful for you. I don't have a very clear camera. I don't really think I need it for this type of channel, but I'll switch it up. So stay tuned.